gives me great pleasure to welcome you to the inaugural session of the Student Entrepreneurship Lounge, which has been brought to you by the Entrepreneurship Development. The Entrepreneurship Lounge is a regular event hosted by the Department of Entrepreneurship and the Center of Entrepreneurship Development. This event is intended to promote entrepreneurship in Zimbabwe through educational programs, seminars, and various other stakeholders. Engagements culminating in strategies and innovations that yield positive economic and social growth. The Entrepreneurs Launch celebrates the achievements of business and social entrepreneurs around Zimbabwe, and the Department of Entrepreneurship and the Center for Entrepreneurship Development principal stakeholders. Good morning once again, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to welcome you to this event, and I hope that you have a good time. We're going to have a terrific entertainment coming up for you. We have various stakeholders in business coming to talk to you. So sit back with us and enjoy the show.
To kickstart our program, we are going to have the Enactus team come up and give us a presentation. Hopefully this will give you an insight on what being an entrepreneur is all about. I'm hoping that the people here are people who are going to go into business, who are aspiring to be entrepreneurs. Therefore, I'd like to ask the Enactus team to come up and in fact, the Enactus president, Mr. Mnamba, please come up and introduce the presentation.
Good morning once again, and welcome to the University of Choice. One scholar once said, and I quote, "The greatest question in the world is the difference between what people are and what they can teach." As the Enactus group, we not only believe that people have the potential to do good and change, but can harness the power of entrepreneurship to improve the standard of living and alleviate poverty throughout the world. We believe that entrepreneurship is the gateway to poverty alleviation and uplifting of the lives of our communities. We as Enactus believe in the core of entrepreneurship in our societies, the business, and the people that we represent.
Right, next on our program, like you have just seen, we want to give more insight on what we are, not just as Enactus, but as leaders. And as leaders, we know that it's not just for us to know knowledge, but we have to disseminate it to those who are in need of not just assistance, but of information as well. So up next, we have a presentation from Ms. Maonyane and Mr. Mnamba on how to start up a business in Zimbabwe.
So the idea is to try and share on how we can start a business in Zimbabwe or in any other part of the world. So the presentation is going to be divided into sections. The first one will be choosing a legal framework, the first legal framework, how to actually, what's the first step you have to do as an entrepreneur. So it's going to be a discussion. We're going to have some other presenters, and we're going to have time for question and answer. So please people feel free to ask questions and jot down notes on areas where you think you're not well informed. Once again, my name is Mnamba, the current president of Enactus Midlands State University.
Good morning. My name is Robin Maonyane, and we will be giving you a guide to starting a business in Zimbabwe.
Basically, business or companies can be traced back to the Roman times. People used to do business. People used to have ventures. People used to be entrepreneurs in the different fields and the different activities. Your business at home might be selling sweets, might be rearing chicken, might be doing anything, is a business. But what we're going to concentrate on today is how do you register a business or a company in Zimbabwe. Some think it's a strenuous process, some don't know how to do it, you don't know what resources are required, you don't know what you have to do, what form to fill in, who do you see? Do you see Zimra? Do you see NASA? These are the questions that we're going to try to address today in this presentation. So like I said, people start business for different reasons. Some for profit making, some for leisure, and some for community work. Different organizations throughout the world, companies are formed on different reasons. Not necessarily for profit's sake, but for other ventures. It might be a community purpose or charitable purposes. So companies can be registered and started in so many ways. So you can basically register a company throughout the world or throughout the globe with different partnerships. But the first thing you need to know is what kind of a legal form do you want to take up? Companies are in different forms. They can either be a sole trader, partnerships, or cooperative or company. So these are the different types of companies that you can register or business ventures that you can get involved in. For instance, if you're going to be a sole trader, that states you are the owner of the company. Being a sole trader, you're intertwined with your business. You represent the business as an individual and at company level. So if you register your company as a sole trader, it lies even the debt that the company has is on you. For example, you run a company and it owes someone money. Yes, the company owes that individual money, but you also own what? That debt, because you are the sole trader of that company. So sole trader of the word so just basically means you run the company on your own. You're your own boss, like what they say. And then you got partnerships, cooperatives. Partnerships is when you come together with two or more individuals for a mutual cause to start a business. For instance, if me and Robin were to partner on equal grounds to start a company, that company will be registered as a partnership. Key to note in a partnership is to know the difference or the mutual ground that you people meet together. For instance, you might share different objectives in starting up a company, and these things need to be integrated to what? Before you sign your deed of what? Cooperation between the two of you. So partnership is when two people come, and it's another form in which we can register a company in Zimbabwe. Then you have cooperative. From the word cooperate, cooperative is when a group of people come together to start a certain business or to start a certain activity that they think they can benefit towards each other together as a group. So I think Robin will go through the registration processes of what we need to do, what form we feel, with certain activities that you need to go through to start a company in Zimbabwe. Robin?
Okay, the second process is the procedure to start a business. To begin with, you need to register the company with the Chief Registrar of Companies. The reservation date is set for 30 days. Then registration with tax authorities for income tax, value-added tax, and pay-as-you-earn tax. Also, a company must register at the Regional Zimbabwe Revenue Authority office. I'm sure you have seen people out there from the Zimbabwe Revenue Authority, and I'm sure we're all aware of where our taxes go. And basically, if you do not pay your taxes, you're basically stealing from yourself, because it is for the benefit of our country. And then the next thing is a copy of the Certificate of Incorporation, the Memorandum and Articles of Association, as well as a certified copy of the identification of the assigned public officer are required for the collector's records. A registration number, as well as the current tax tables and payee receipt books, will be issued to the company. The next procedure is that you register with the National Social Security Authority for pension and accident prevention and compensation scheme. This is for the purposes when you hear certain parents, when they reach a certain age, they decide to retire. And this is useful in the sense that if you would like to continue living a comfortable life after you have finished working, you will receive a certain amount every month as pension. And the next step is that employers must register with and contribute 4% of their wage bill to the state-run Manpower Development Fund. This Manpower Development Fund is basically for employers. This compensates employers for expenses they incur when the employees are going through training. Then the next stage is that the company must collect the form of license application from the City Health Department. When you collect this form of license, this is when the health department inspects your premises whichever premises that you would like to use, or inspect your business to ensure that it is in line with all the health regulations. And then a business applicant must publicly announce the proposed application twice in a local newspaper. This is for the purpose that if there's a company that shares a similar company name with yours, they will be able to come forward and state that this is my company name that you're trying to take from me. So this ensures that there will not be companies that have the same name within a country. And then submit an application for the issuance of a new license to the licensing office in Harare municipality. 2 copies of the application forms along with proof of both publications in local newspapers of notice of intention to operate a business. This is just to cross-reference that you did go to newspapers to announce that you would like to start a business. And then submission of a police report on the applicant and the individual controlling the business premises to the licensing office. This is for the purpose of those who have criminal records, mostly fraud. This ensures that everybody starting this business is genuine and does not have criminal intentions. So it would be wise not to have a criminal record. And then the licensing office will require a report from the Harare town planner to ensure that the application is consistent with the zone use of the premises. This is also just cross-reference to make sure that the premises that you would like to use are being used for the particular purpose that you have stated. Then application for the license can start once the registrar of companies grants approval of the company name. Licensing officers visit the company site to check if the intended premises are suitable for the intended use. It could be a transport business, it could be anything. It's just to make sure that the premises that you would like to use are suitable for whatever business that you would like to carry out. And that is the end of the slideshow. And for now, we will have Mrs. J. Karima Zodo, the Managing Director of Multi-Give Enterprises, to say a few words.
Yes, I was in the industry of insurance. I was regional manager of various companies of insurance up until I decided to go my own way. You know, I thought with our education in Zimbabwe, you would find out that mostly we are actually taught to be employees instead of employers. So I decided to go my way, and I came up and formed a company called Multi-Give Enterprises. That was in 2004, when we registered with the laws of Zimbabwe and started going, but I had a lot of difficulties. I had no money. I had nowhere to borrow from. Banks could not even offer loans. They would want only to offer to renowned business people, unlike us starters. So each time I would go, like, if I get an order, I was very good in my marketing because initially that's where I belong. So I would go out marketing in various mines, in various companies, get orders. Once I got the orders, all I could do in order to make it was to go via other people with their monies. It's either I was now being put on a 40 to 60 basis, on the share ratio, because I had no money. At one point I remember I got an order from Dorowa Minerals, where I was given quite a number of worksuits to make. I went to various banks and they said no. Up until I went to a certain guy who had used monies. And all he said to me was, look here, Kalmazon, what you can best do is, I would come into your business, I would fund you with my cash. Since you are coming in with business, with an order, I would take 60% and you'd take 40%. So really that retarded my growth. It really retarded my growth to such an extent that, even up to now, you find that we have institutions like here at NSU and other companies around where you find the flight tenders. You go in, you also put your tender documents in, But you are told to deliver those documents to Harare. Now considering yourself here in Buero and pushing your tenders to Harare, I wonder why these governments don't want to decentralize in their purchasing, so that at least they can support us as small business enterprises. You get my point? But you still have to soldier on to get there. Because there's no way I can go back and say I need employment. Never. I've enjoyed that kind of money which is sweeter than ever. Because once you make it, it's all yours and the Zimbabwe people. You get my point? So, I wish and I just pray that these companies would understand us and support us. We also make various items like t-shirts, jerseys. We are very committed. But people go all the way to Harare for this. Even companies, local companies, they go all the way to Harare. Instead of supporting us here to grow, they don't. This is where our problem is. Everything is supposed to be in Harare, just to start in Harare as if Harare people are the only people with brains. We also have so as you can see, that's what we make. We also, because initially our core business, my core business with the company was supplying groceries and provisions to various companies of government like Wawa, prisons, ZMA, and other companies like Air Force. But then we have to diversify because currently the economy is not well. So we went into schools, into various organizations to try and survive. Because that's our survival strategy. And we need support. And we need to be better. That's what we are crying for. Banks should recognize us. And also the government should recognize us and various institutions and support us locally. Thank you.
So this time we'll just leave it for question and answers. Maybe you might have questions on anything. Refer to Enactus, refer to anyone with questions.
But I'd like to know why I want to become an entrepreneur. Why? Why not just get a job, get employed, be someone's employee?
That's the first question. Anyone with another question? As one of the entrepreneurs and you don't have questions, ladies, it's always good to ask and have some kind questions. It's healthy. Oh, there's a hand. Yeah, can I have the mic there?
This one is directed to Mrs. Kalmansondo. What is the greatest challenge that you faced in trying to strive to set up and establish your business? Like the main challenge that you faced?
No.
Let me answer to that way. The main challenge is cash, money, finance. You need to be really, you need to be funded well. You could have all the ideas, but without funding, you cannot make it.
So my question is, as a lady, how did you manage to break through all those cultural spheres and those sort of stereotypical views based on gender and manage to break through the entrepreneurship spheres? As nowadays there are a lot of females out there who do have the ideas but are failing, to achieve what she has. So I'm asking her, how did she manage to break through that entrepreneurship?
Initially what I did was, it's either I was a broker, I went into broking, or it should be actually I went into as a middleman, where I would go to an organization, source what they want to sell their product on their behalf, and get their commission. And off I started. Those are some of the ways, the issues, the marketing skills I had to apply in order to sell for ads. Yeah, it was very difficult, like you have indicated, to get into the men's domain. they would never think women are capable. But I had to stand in tough and tell them that I am capable. Because if I managed to control 20, 30 men during my time of marketing as a regional manager under the insurance industry, heading men, why should I not be able to get money to run my own shop as an individual? So I had to push. And to such an extent that I had to convince them. You have to be very convincing. And that's how I did it. That's how I did it. And more so, you have to diversify. You don't toe one line of operations, especially in this environment. You diversify. Once you diversify, you make it. And that's how I did it. And that's why I'm still in. Thank you.
Well, ladies, you heard it. That's determination right there.
I've got a question. How to open a second business in Zimbabwe. I want to know whether is there a fee which is charged if you want to register your business, and what are the requirements in order to get your business or company registered?
If you go direct to the registrar of companies, you need $250. If you go maybe via consultants companies, you might need $300 or so. And I would recommend that you go direct to the registrar of companies because there are many companies these days. Then for the documents, you need your proof of residence, then you need your copy of ID, basically, and the memorandum of association and memorandum of articles of association. That's what you need.
Yes, once again, thank you guys. For questions, you can see us, we're still around. Any of the Enactus members, the Zebra is out there. We have NASA that will join us later on the day. So I believe that we can do it. Everyone has a citizen. On the Enactus team already have 15 students already registered their companies. So if they can do that, any of you can do that. These are the same people like you and I at school, learning, but you can still register your company in school. You want to learn, you want to be an entrepreneur, you want to be someone in business. The step starts today. So yes, on behalf of the Enactus team, thank you.
From the small to medium enterprises,
Ministry, the aim of our ministry is to promote and create an enabling environment for SMEs to prosper. Okay, so I think you've seen one of our SMEs, the lady who was talking here earlier on. We also provide the business development services, like training these small to medium enterprises to market their products and also to showcase their products in the exhibition expos. And some of these small and medium enterprises, as you know, they are in the informal sector, and the informal sector, you know, it is very big, and it is the largest employment creator in our economy because of the regulations and the strict laws that our country has on these small to medium enterprises. The informal sector is growing very big. So we also have the business development and the cooperative development. We also have the internal audit, also have the mobilization resources, the legal resources, the technical division services. This is all aimed at promoting vibrant small and medium enterprises. So we are here with these small and medium enterprises so that they can showcase their products. I think most of the students, you have seen them, they are outside there. They've got various products. As she has rightly said, Mrs. Karimazondo, we also empower them. We also give them technical advices on how to diversify into their markets and also how to balance their time between their families and also their
promote small to medium enterprises.
We provide the technical services to those in the manufacturing industries and all those who are in the retailing. For example, the metal fabrication, they are trained people, trained advisors who train them on how to go about their businesses. And we also train them on the business skills, the marketing skills, business management, financial management, and entrepreneurship skills.
What's your ministry doing to alleviate the problem that most of us, some people don't stay in Harare, and for you to Harare just to register your company and do everything is a tedious process. So what is the ministry doing to decentralize that procedure so that we can register wherever we are?
I can say the ministry is in the process of doing that because right now it's centralized in Harare and they are working towards that, but it's not yet done.
Any hope that if innovation it will push through, or they're just assuming that they are trying? Is there any time frame that can give us hope on that?
I think by 2015 that's what we've been promised because they are still working on that, but I think it will soon.
I heard you saying that you offer legal resources for small businesses. Can you elaborate what type of legal advice or legal resources that you give? To what extent do you assist?
Okay, like the cooperative division, we have to follow the Cooperative Act, which guides us. So you have to form some cooperatives. So we have to follow the legal procedures for forming cooperatives. That's why that's the legal aspect I was talking about.
Currently, financial support structure in our country.
Okay, the financial support that we have right now, we've got our parastatal, which is set for giving the loans to small and medium enterprises, and you can also have these loans from banks such as CAPS, CBZs, and also micro Kingo. These are the financial assistance that I was talking about. And also, these are being run by the Ministry of Youth. I think the Ministry of Youth will explain on that.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Mabalo. I'd like to introduce to you from the Ministry of Youth, Mr. Mabula, the much sought after man that I've been looking for all over campus.
You want to speak? Dear Guru, my developers are such a thing. Right, you know the Babura, the Ministry of Youth, the District Youth Development Officer responsible for youth programming. In the ministry, along with Ministry of Youth, you know the Ministry of Youth Development, Indigenisation, and Empowerment. Funga ministry ambayo waita ni mambo ya mafuta. Indigenisation. And the indigenization actually, I think that's what most of you want to know. But then our vision, the ministry actually, our vision is to achieve total empowerment of Zimbabwean youth in indigenous citizens. A mission to develop, promote, and implement policies and programs for the empowerment of youth and indigenous citizens in order to achieve sustainable and equitable development. We've got four major key result areas, that is indigenization of the economy, empowerment of the youth and indigenous citizens, youth participation and leadership development, then we have the youth transformation and vocational skills training. And we have the Department of Youth Development, small to medium scale enterprises, but the Ministry of Youth, they are our sister ministry. One of their functions can have one piece of legislation that they are now custodians of.
the Cooperative Societies Act. It was once our portfolio. And what they are doing, they are actually complementing us in the suits. We are also complementing their efforts in order to make sure that we have more employers in Zimbabwe than employees. I'm very sure for myself. Right. The Department of Youth Development, activities that one day are doing. First activity is to formulate youth development policies and implementation. Second, mainstreaming youth development and development programs. The third activity is youth data and research. We're not talking about youth data and research. We're actually looking at collecting information about the youth from 10 years up to 35. Information ya tinge tishida inataka kupasidare mu akashara ni penyu watakamera say we are looking for funds children in school, youth out of school, and it we have out of school. Just like our school dropouts, and it no also out of school maybe I never graduate by MSU, Canada graduate by poly, Canada secondary school akamira mali zao zikana kutimaliza kwa hata wanashughulika kozo ile drop out changa chimama na chaicho anakutumuzika kutanywa form 4 kana kunyora ile yacho sakaba na watu siana so categorize kwa baba try some kana yako and make sure that watu moyo wa wale unenge kuchinga nimesha baroda we don't just punch one to mind sakale timba wa tembeze wakala we need to look at each and every person measure and empower specifically for what that person needs. Then we have youth exchange programs. We have youth mobilization and leadership development. These are the youth development, youth mobilization and leadership development. We have the Zimbabwe Youth Council program that we run. The Zimbabwe Youth Council is a department within the ministry. It runs our programs that are like the Children's Parliament. Children's Parliament, what we do, in identify our secondary schools who have the leadership qualities and want them to want to expose them to the public and make it so that program in parliament in cabinet they run their own programs, they have their own budget. Then to by we've got youth HIV and sexual reproductive health programs. We've got youth skills development and transformation. By youth skills development and transformation, we have our vocational training centers. In Gweru district, we've got one. Then we've got a provincial training center in Zikabuvira along our road. We have the provincial youth training centers in each and every province. In each and every district now, we now have our district vocational training centers. But our vocational training centers are end qualification. Kunokuwa antime muchitarisiwa kuti wakapasa olefu ukazopasa elefu china zvakadaro. Isusu we are simply saying to empower my youth kugona kuchikoro, it's a God given gift. Saka nyika kana ine vamwe vasingagona kuchikoro hatingazoti ivava vamarara, they are not garbage. Those people can do zvimwe zvinhu and they can do better things maybe kudarika isu tinenge tavana madigiri anditi. Saka what the ministry is doing is that we look at the ability of that person to read and write. If that person is able to read and write, it's not what we train in life skills. Those life skills range from hairdressing technology. Mukaina masaru kama mukazira kusoma sana. Wamaru kuitaima haiza kana kuna. That person anakumufishika olefu. Neba graduate. But any ability you can somehow get touched. That's what the ministry is doing. Tinoti wanega na chikoro ngawa ya training life skills. That person, mukaenda kusoma peke ya test. Kana musuma sepaseka mukaenda kwa naona wewe mtawala mwenyewe. Most of those people are just trying to haraka, but it moves at a sharp level of education. Like it's not to be open CV share. Ukamuti O level anaona dalili. But ukamuti nikazile bado hapa, anukazile rakanya kumeshi washakanaka, rikaya polish washakanaka, English tingeseka international. Saka that's what the ministry is doing for programming, youth skills development and transformation. Then just pass program, we have program integrated skills outreach program. This program is meant to bring the skills to where the people are, to the community. Pamunogara, Kanakomusenga, Kanakomukoba, the vocational training center is situated in Tabo. But we don't want to put 50 approximately of Senga, our transport to the refugees. We can create a satellite center and train them. So it's also a good program. They must do no trainer, but no, but you cannot train what we do, we look for trainers from teaching institutions. And we bring the trainers to you, we train you particularly for that. That's a program that is running within the ministry. Then we have the National Youth Service Program. Our National Youth Service Program, young Asian was as optional training in the Ikeshino, young Ayana with the program, the Youth Builds Lab program. What we are simply saying by Youth Builds Lab program, we are saying we are encouraging my youth, we mobilize my youth and encourage them to develop their own communities. Basically, what we are saying, which is never youth Manushan support here, but you have to go. In a Mapoto, but one hour, sending is profit by encouraging my youth, say, this is your community. I'm planning to just take an hour of your time and make Mapoto for your own. Those are some of the things that we are doing. Then talk by Teenage Department Indigenisation and Economic Empowerment. Make data of what is indigenization? And who is beneficiary where indigenization process? The fundamental students are found out where indigenization is it a political gimmick program or is for real? Indigenization is for real. And the government is not going back against indigenization. Because the program is for you, indigenous people. Kuitora Kanamirega is for you. So ministry good to my youth, give my future leaders. And just take this torch and carry forward. So that we may move another so we have to encourage my youth to decide what to make about India, about the and so to make that about the state. And it's my youth why. And it's and it's called indigenous in economic development. Our chief employers income generating projects. You must have one yourself. And so that you know what it is next perform much of and Saka indigenization in Ghana Semaniel it is a deliberate involvement of indigenous Zimbabweans in the economic activities of the country to which prior to 1918 April they had no access. So it's to ensure equitable ownership of the nation's resources. And in short, we are simply saying, management should attack the ones who beat us about before 1980. So that was a great education. Panama was a mega presentation here, which was attached to my house. Those are some of the things. The more I tell them, tell me you need a woman's mind. You look at man's mind, just a level. They will decide on it. And those are what the 10 years 51, you know, 50-50. And this indigenous 50-49. And so that this is my indigenization in human resources. And the government is cheap in human resources. And we are supposed to benefit. And the person who is supposed to benefit is you, indigenous. I don't know. And I don't have the language. I am indigenous. And I don't know indigenous. If you don't know some tone to an idiot, no, you are. Those are exotic. You cannot exotic. See, Papa, so I was saying, you should do this with that side of the you're supposed to benefit from the resources. So, to expand from that, I was simply saying, the communities who are in rural areas and never natural resources, they must benefit from their natural resources. We are not simply saying they should benefit from my roads and guns, but the motors and farmers to resources and taking them out. No, but from the programs and projects that the communities want. And community for this students, they should propose to the community. We want a school, we want a deep tank, we want 1 to 3 things. So each one from the 10%, they are from the community ownership scheme. Program education. Second, the community ownership scheme. Koita employee ownership scheme kunono kwa companies. Kuti ma employees afongo kuwa nechikamu che ownership yekamba chevali vashandi. And in the form of battle of the BSX, Yako and Vashandi was in the battle of the meditation of the steps. Second, in short, do my departments are what equals in your check pencil that department youth development. Kuni youth fund. How to access the fund. The government in the money, the name gets the banks, access to the money through our offices. The manager of my banks, the Minister of Youth is not a financial institution and cannot manage money. But what we can do is to mobilize you for the formation of income generating projects. How do we mobilize you to meet our programs, outreach programs? To put it how to generate a business idea, how to analyze your business ideas, one by one, up until you come up with the most profitable one. Actually, the most profitable one, but only the business idea that is easy to start, and easy to manage, and but it's not expired. You can come up with 50 business ideas, and but no matter what you do, indeed, we'll talk about it, we'll not jump over the next. That's what we do. So by fund, we talk about the community should come up with a business idea, a profitable business idea. After that, you can focus on analyzing the identity. You as an entrepreneur, who are you? How disciplined are you when it comes to finances? How can you manage yourself? Those are some of the things that you need to get yourself. You know, but just have a meal, but who am I as an entrepreneur? Can I manage this? We also look at family involvement. And family situations. And but no matter how you put your head in a family, you want to not just family legalism. But you know what support you got tax. I was put to touch of friends. And all those things they contribute. So if we come up with the banking project proposal, why the banking project proposal is also to assist you. We link you with the banks. And we recommend you to the banks. Never big as one only assessment job and Chatino Kumbira, my youth must not be one achieve whom I consulted on each of my project proposal. And before I teach them my dissertation, who to certificate you who need a benefit. Can I project proposal? I must have been got cheap defender and insane to the character. Sure, I give English, you must be defender. Such a problem, you can proposal when you get to the phone. How we are coming to the Kuma budget in your cameras. I tell you to put the new tools that are good at our market. I just one of the cash flow, I just size 2 and to teach yourself. Can I make a problem? Put on a business idea down in what you think you want to do. Then we have ministry for stuff that can actually help you to expand it. You already which is the search to consulting telling us $50 for that project. One for I don't know when you copy and paste. Yeah, we need to get a Zimo Castle, no, I get technology from the top. And was on a pass then in 3 weeks the chicks will be one. And it was not the copy and paste. So, no, I think that it. Sakamada, project proposal we lead you to our financiers. Tackling our financiers. You get your money. It's the Ministry of Youth to make our follow-ups. A community project plans. In the recommend the fund. And the ticket. So I don't want to hear that. You must know the project life cycle. Not take a party. It is a party. And the ticket. business trader investment. And then you go back to the question asked, so that project in Azwana, and I was a point of school, I was a school, I was a to talk about reinvested capital. Second, bank, ITBZ, CBZ, Enactus, ndo angaji pana hiko shino. Ngalo Fred ngalo shabizi ngalo joshi last time nakuzwana mukazwana kemisi. Mukazwana CBZ. But just sina kunyanya kufamba shakanaka kuti pabane mahika sakati wapei. Vamunyumazi vakubane zvimwe zvaiko chikambero kushingonetsa. Asi zvino funga makanzi kuti kamera ingaizana everything zvinofanirwa kuitwa zvibude sezvinofanirwa kuva and each and every Zimbabwe must benefit zviri pachena kana ashaya zviri pachena kwete kuti anoshayiwa nekuti azivane namaministry of youth kana kuti azivane nabengasoreso ningi ane project proposal isingaiti anopiwa iritaking ozonodonhera akuita maini azvikude handitika saka ndingangoti in short ndo zvakabasa kuti semunhu akasira kugadzirira asi ndinokumbirisa kuti musanyara kusvika kuofisi reministry of development pasecond floor tozokubatsirai kuti ministry